This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. So I had a chance to go to the Knicks Orlando Magic game yesterday, and I'm learning some things, folks. I'm learning some things about this Knicks team. What is it, 20 games in? 21 games in? And they're playing very well. I think they're gelling. But I have a question. How high is this Knicks ceiling? Let's analyze. I was watching, this was a nationally televised game. And for a Knicks team that some people, like I was watching the TNT guys, Chuck, Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie, and they were saying, I was at the game, actually. I was in the Garden. So I didn't have I didn't listen to the telecast. I told you, I like the home broadcast. I like MSG. I need to hear Mike Breen and Clyde Frazier. That's what I need to hear. I don't want to hear, anyway, I want to hear the others, right? I don't want to hear, people who are not watching our Knicks team and know that certain players are not even on the team, or certain players are not, or you think they're going to play but they're not. I'm like, all right, whatever. But in going to this game last night, I told you I did the video on. I've been, and it's worked out that way. Lately, it's Nick centric, but Mikal Bridges, because everybody is like, where is he? Like, where's Waldo? What's going on with him? And is 5 first-round picks. Come on, you've got to play better. But I saw a graphic where they're like, it's 20 games actually, first 10 games. Mikal Bridges was averaging 15.2 points a game and was a minus 1.4 to be exact. And in the last 10 games, he's averaging 17.3 and 10.8, right? I think this was actually on the TNT telecast. I saw this because I came home and watched a little bit. But just to hear that perspective, and I was watching, I think, post-game with, I like the show, just not when they're talking, the Knicks sometimes. But anyway, that's besides the point. In watching the game, I was a little worried because I'm like, Orlando is no joke. The Orlando Magic are not a game. Going into that game, I said that they were like, what were they, 9? They were, the Orlando Magic was, they were a team that they're still rolling. They are still rolling, right? They are currently 8-2 in their last 10 games. Now, as are the Knicks, 8-2. Orlando's third, the Knicks are fourth. And I said, you know what? No Paolo Banchero, no problem. I said, it's, Orlando, and Mosley has these guys balling. No question about it. They are hooping, they are balling, and they are looking, like I said, going in, contenders in the East. Contenders in the East. So I said that I thought that this is not a game that the Knicks should take lightly. They should not take lightly. And it started off that way, and then all of a sudden, Campaign comes in, Deuce comes in, and the game was a beatdown. To the point where, my boys don't like this, but listen, man. When the game gets out of hand, me, your boy, I'm out. I left with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm out. I'm out. That's it. I was like, I'm good. And yesterday was cold, man. It's still cold. It's freezing, and it's not officially winter yet, but it's man. I hope this is not a prelude of what to expect I hope, cover your ears. Those of you, I hope that we do have a warm winter like the last few. I don't mind 50 in the winter. No, well, it's not officially winter yet. No snow. But yeah, I was out of there, man. The Knicks washed the Orlando Magic 121 to 106. Now, this is not a recap. This is for me to say that in watching the game, I'm starting to see the Knicks are gelling, folks. The Knicks are gelling. And more importantly, I don't know about you guys, but I want to say Leon Rose. Thank you very much for knowing and for doing the right thing. When that trade came down for the Friday before training camp, I was getting ready for bed, right? Because look, I started I started hitting the weights again in August, early August, and really, working out again, and on my journey. 33 pounds since, by the way, and going total of 55, whatever, been counting, but it's a slow process, but your boy's getting it in. And why I say that is because I go to bed early now. That's why, hence, I left in the third quarter. I'm like, look, listen, man. I'm like, you know what? There's no point in sitting there watching a beatdown. I'm beating the mad rush, and I got to get my sleep. Got to get at least 7 hours. That's the goal. But so I'm getting ready, to go to sleep. But when the Karl-Anthony Towns trade happened, and my phone rings, I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, I'll talk to him tomorrow. My boy hit me up again. I was like, oh man, this could be urgent. I was like, all right. I was like, and I picked up. It's my boy JB, and he goes to sleep early, and for the most part, and we always like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, unless it's a game. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, whatever. And he goes, did you see what they did? And I think the Knicks had played or something. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, who? He was like, the Knicks. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, they traded for Karl-Anthony Towns. I was like, don't say that. Stop it. And if you've watched a few videos ago in the summertime, I did a video and I said the Knicks should not be going after Karl-Anthony Towns because I felt that Julius Randle, true story, I thought Julius Randle and Karl-Anthony Towns was a wash. I did. I thought you're getting the same thing. Karl-Anthony Towns, okay, you're an all-star another year over Randle, but Randle is a 3-time all-star, all-defensive guy. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And boy, was I wrong. I was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Karl-Anthony Towns, folks, is a game changer. Karl-Anthony Towns is the reason why I asked how far can the Knicks go. Contrary to what the inside the NBA guys say, Shaq was like, there's only one team in the East that can win, and that's the Celtics, and that's the Cavs. Nah, Shaq. Sorry, big guy. I don't think so. I think the Knicks are for real. 20 games in, I think the Knicks are for real. Superstar Brunson, superstar and Cat. I'm sorry. The Knicks, again, Leon Rose. Shout out to him and his team for being able to pull the wool over the NBA and people's eyes. And yeah, we'll give you Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. Got him. Because Karl-Anthony Towns will be an all NBA guy. He's having a career year, by the way. I was shocked at this, but Karl-Anthony Towns, folks, for his career, right? Before he got here, 20 games the Knicks have played. For his career, he averaged 23 points a game, 10.9 rebounds a game, 3.2 assists, and he shot, for his career, 52.4% from the field, and 3-pointers, 40%, 83.9. So I say this to say Karl-Anthony Towns across the board is having his best season in the league, in the pros. 20 games in. I told you, he was averaging 23 points a game. This year, he's averaging 25.1. Rebounds are up 13.1. And the assists are pretty even. I mean, it's 3.1, and he's shooting 52.8% from the field. 3-point shooting. His career, 40%. With the Knicks, 45.2. Folks, the Knicks can win it all. I know Cleveland right now, if you look at the standings, they're second in the East and blah, blah, blah. All right, I saw that game. And, yeah, you know, Karl-Anthony Towns, they only got the ball to him a handful of times, and they were figuring it out. Yes, I know game 1 of the NBA season was Knicks-Celtics, and the Knicks got washed. I get it. But the Knicks, folks, they've got the number 1 offense in the league, averaging, 130 points a game or whatever it is, for a reason. For a reason. The Knicks do not have Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks do not have Precious Achiuwa. The Knicks have Landry Shamet, quiet as kept in the G League. Leon Rose knows what he's doing. Yes, he does. So, again, the inside the NBA guys do not think the Knicks can win it all. Charles Barkley, who is bullish on the Knicks, says that he believes that the Knicks' ceiling is the Eastern Conference Final, where either, from what it sounded, what they were saying, either the Celtics or the Cavs will take the Knicks out. Nope, I don't think so. Barring injury, I don't think so. I think the Knicks, man, listen. Now, they've got to get their act together on the road, but I think they will. You're seeing Deuce McBride look like, he's healthy now. Deuce McBride looks like he is healthy now. And I believe, to me, in my opinion, I believe that you're going to see Deuce McBride now that his knee, and he's dealing with a knee issue that will only get healthy with a long, prolonged rest. It's, 61 games left now for the Knicks, so I don't know how much rest he's going to be able to get, but he looks good. By the way, for those wondering, just in case you were wondering, oh, how's Randall doing 20 games in? Well, he is also, I guess, he's doing well. I guess all things considered. For his career, 19.1 points a game, 9.3 rebounds a game, and 3.7 assists, and then field goal wise, 47.1. Randall is also having kind of a career year in a sense, right? With the Timberwolves, 21 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, which is down for Randall. But field goal wise, 50% from the field, 34.8 from 3, and 81.3 from the free throw line. You don't think Randall wants to get the bag, get paid? So it's kind of worked out, but it kind of hasn't. It's kind of worked out, but it kind of hasn't, because right now, the Timberwolves are 500 and 11th in the West. All right, they're 11th in the West. So that's not really what the Timberwolves fan wants to hear. But who cares? It's the Timberwolves. You've got Randall now. You're 10-10, and you guys are going to figure it out. I mean, are they going to keep Randall? Are they going to trade him at the deadline and get something before he bounces? Or are they going to trade him at the end of the, of the season? I don't care. Whatever. I mean, would I love the Knicks to somehow get Dante DiVincenzo back? It would be great, but I don't care. The Knicks are balling, and they look great. For people to say, oh, the Knicks have no bench, the Knicks have no depth, and what are they going to do? They traded away I'm like, listen, they traded Devo. You don't know about Deuce McBride. Did you see how Landry Shamet was playing? Was not even here. Cam Payne, He looks like he's a keeper and he'll be here. I'm thinking ahead, but he likely will return next year. But folks, the Knicks are balling right now. I can't wait for them to play the Celtics again. I can't wait for them to play the Cavaliers again. I can't wait. Ask Denver about the Knicks. Ask about them. Orlando. Did you see Paolo Banchero on the bench? Like, what is going on? Yeah, it's called getting washed. Yeah, that's what's going on. The Knicks are not playing games, and they're only going to ascend and get better. But what do you guys think? What's the Knicks ceiling, folks? Did the Knicks win that trade? How you guys feeling about that trade? My bad, Karl-Anthony Towns. I thought you and Randall was even. Even Steven was an even guy. An even trade, rather. Nope. Karl-Anthony Towns is a better teammate, he seems. He's a better shooter. And, man, listen. And I was talking to my uncle about this. The Knicks are that team that, and he mentioned this to me, but I think last night we were talking, and he mentioned it. Remember when you watched the Miami Heat Big Three? You watched the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. You watched the Chicago Bulls, Michael, Scotty. You're like, man, why can't we? When the Knicks had Patrick Ewing, you always felt that the Knicks are not on that level, but we're just hoping that they found a way. But you knew the other team always had the better talent. The Knicks don't feel like that. The Knicks don't feel like they're behind the Celtics. The Knicks don't feel like they're behind the Cavs. The Knicks don't feel like they're behind OKC. By the way, the Inside the NBA guys, they did put the Boston Celtics and OKC. They have the Boston Cavs and OKC in that order for the NBA title. Whatever, I don't care. We'll see. The Knicks are not a finished product just yet, but they're gelling, folks. They are gelling. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to the Knicks, by the way, who advanced in the Emirates Cup. They are up there. And look, I see the Bucks are balling right now. I think the Knicks. It's going to be Knicks and Bucks to have a chance to go to the final, the Cup final against which is possibly an NBA Finals preview in Knicks OKC. Now I know I said Grizzlies, but I thought I expected more from them. They can still, still competing, but looks like it could be OKC Knicks, folks. But we're gonna see. Again, what do you think? Now it's that time. The Juan Soto sweepstakes may be coming to a close soon. Juan Soto, please choose the Yankees. Please choose the Yankees. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on all social media platforms. Please like, share, subscribe. Folks, I saw this on a video. Please, you see that bell, folks? You see that notification bell to the right? Please click on that and make sure it says all so you get notified of all my new videos. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, a tout à l'heure.